Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Tottenham. Welcome back to the channel with your host here, Tom. Guys, yeah, it's been a few days since my last video. I didn't actually do a match reaction for the Burnley game on Friday, so I thought to myself, well, I've got the evening free tonight. There's a little bit more to talk about, what with the FA Cup draw, obviously this evening, a little bit of transfer news, and of course, we can also talk as well about the performance as well on Friday, and maybe that's really the best place to start, guys. It was fair to say a little bit flat, wasn't it, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Friday? We got the job done, but my word, we made hard work of it, and it was looking for the life of me that it was going to be going to a replay at Turf Moor, which we really didn't need. Really pleased that we escaped that, because I think the breaks that will come, and obviously we have got that fourth round game coming up, but there aren't that many games to go really in January, and particularly with the injury list at the moment, which of course was added to with the injury to Ben Davis on Friday night as well, which is just so disappointing. As I've said on previous videos, I can't remember a season where it's just injuries every single game. At the moment, if it wasn't this one, the game before that, it was Valise and someone else getting injured. Lo Celso also, I think, tightened up with a bit of, I think it was hopefully just sort of cramp or muscle soreness. But yeah, we've really been very unlucky with injuries this season. So escaping a replay was really good, I think, for the team. But yeah, let's just talk about it, guys. Let's talk about the performance. I mean, I thought, we in stages we played well, but just really didn't have enough cutting edge. Richarlison snatching at chances. It was probably, I think, Richarlison's been really decent of late. He's looked a threat, but just on Friday, I just thought that it was the Richarlison of old. He wasn't timing his runs at all well and snatching at efforts. It just didn't look like scoring, really, to be honest. And there was just a lot of below par displays throughout the pitch, and I couldn't have been more wrong with my prediction. I've got a few spot on this season, but my prediction before the Burnley game was 4-0 Spurs. I just thought the way that we have been playing recently in our attacking play, I thought we were going to put them to the sword. But nah, and to be fair, Burnley defended well on the night, and it took, didn't it? It took a moment of magic by Pedro Porro. What was it? Around the 77th or 78th minute. I didn't see a goal coming, to be honest with you, and it took an absolute belter of a goal. For those of you that do watch my videos on a regular basis, I've been praising Pedro Porro's performances all season. For me, I think he's the most improved player this season for Tottenham, and in him and Destiny Udogie at left back, I name me two better fullbacks that have been in the league this season than those two. I just think they've been fantastic, both of them, and we're lucky to have them, and just their composure on the ball. Pedro Porro's delivery, his attacking play is great, but he's really improved defensively this season, and another really good performance in the Burnley game. So Spurs, we're through to the next round. We're through to the fourth round, and obviously that draw was made this evening. If you were hoping, guys, for an easy home draw against a lower league opponent, well, that didn't happen. We drew the champions, Manchester City, at home, at home, are care to add, which I think does make a difference. And for those of you that do enjoy a stat, Manchester City still have yet to score a goal at Tottenham's new stadium. So they haven't scored a goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in it must be like 4 or 5 games, maybe more than that. So that part of it is good. The part of it that isn't good is that Tottenham will still have players missing by the time City come, because that game is only in a couple of weeks, I think. So we're still going to be without Heung-min Son. We're still going to be out without Pat Matasar. And City are purring at the moment, aren't they? They're looking back to their best. And Kevin De Bruyne came back for them, didn't he? As they beat Huddersfield 5-0 in their last game. So it's the glamour tie of the fourth round. Obviously, it's not the tie we wanted at all by any stretch of the imagination, but it is at home. I do think the fourth round games can still go to a replay as well. I think the replays stop in round 5, but let's see. Let's hope that we can get the job done. I think it's I think with it being at home, guys, I think the way that we've played at home this season on the whole has been really, really good. And I think the crowd are going to be up for it. They're going to make it a big night for Tottenham, and it's going to be obviously on TV. And I don't know what day it's going to be put on yet, but it will obviously be broadcasted to TV. So it's going to be a big game. And look, we're just going to have to take it to them and try and get it done, because and that's the thing, right? If you want to win the cup, and you're going to have to beat the best at some stage. So we've got Manchester City in the fourth round. A little bit disappointed, I must say. I was really hoping that we were gonna escape them until the latter stages, but it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the draw, guys, when the balls came out the hat? You're a little bit disappointed. I think naturally most Spurs fans will be, but we've got to be positive. The other little bit of news I did want to touch on as well was a bit of transfer news at the moment. This was a story which came out yesterday, I think. What did I do? I think I loaded up my Sky Sports app, went into the news, and kind of very shocked to see that Tottenham had previously been linked with Timo Werner. Consequently to that, it's now looking like pretty much a done deal. So Timo Werner, the guy who didn't really work out for him at all, did it, at Chelsea, is going to be playing the second half of the season at Spurs. And it took me a while to get used to this one, but because when it first came out, I was very shocked and a little bit. I didn't quite know really what to make of it, but I think after I've had time to think about it, I do think it's a clever little bit of business and a deal from Spurs. I like the fact that there's no risk, and I do see him being a quite a sort of a direct placement for Son, for at least for the next month. He's very direct, Werner. He's quick. I know his scoring record isn't the best, but it's also not the worst. Okay, and yeah, he did fluff a lot of chances when he was playing for Chelsea, but maybe there were reasons for that. And if anyone can get the best out of him and get his form back, then it's Big Ange. So I think that it could prove to be a really good deal, and I think it's a punt worth taking, guys. And look, we need backup. We need to bolster this squad at the moment. Where you only have to look at one look at the bench guys at the moment, and you're seeing very young players and youngsters and youth team players on that bench, with the likes of Donnelly and Dorrington, and I know Ashley Phillips has gone out the door today. I think he's gone on loan to Plymouth, so good luck to him. But we need more senior players, and I think so. Werner coming in, I'm all right with that. I feel pretty comfortable with that. And yeah, I think if he can show us half the player that he was when he was first playing for Leipzig, I think that he can do really well for Spurs this season. So yeah, I expect probably Werner to come in. The other deal, obviously, which is Spurs are trying to push through at the moment, is the deal, and I really hope I don't butcher the pronunciation of his surname, but it's Dragosin. Now, this is a centre back who's been playing for Genoa over in Italy. He's a Romanian international centre back. I think he's 21 years old. I was having a little look at his YouTube compilation this morning when I woke up. Looks tidy, looks comfortable. He's the sort of player I think that's going to get his foot in. I've heard that he's quite an aggressive player. Yeah, I really sort of appease to Spurs to try and get that deal done as soon as possible, because we've got a massive game on Sunday away at Manchester United. And if we can get the deal done this week, then he could possibly come into the back line and partner up with Van der Ven for that game. I know Emerson Royale has done really well of late, and well done to him. But I personally, I wouldn't want us to see us persist with Royale for too much longer in the centre back position. So for me, let's see if we can get Dragosin. Try and get that deal done this week, and I think he could partner up with Van der Ven very nicely for the next few games, at least until Romero's back, and then maybe Dragosin might have to settle for a place on the bench, because that Romero Van der Ven partnership is obviously our first choice centre back pairing. And who knows, maybe Timo Werner will get a run out against Manchester United as well. I expect he will. But yeah, we've got obviously a few days rest before that United game. They're actually playing tonight. It's half time. They're beating Wigan 1-0 in the FA Cup at the moment. But our record at Manchester United at Old Trafford is just so poor, isn't it, over the years? I can't really remember too many wins, but those wins that we have had against them have come in more recent years. So that's the bit of comfort that we can take. And we've got absolutely nothing to fear going to Old Trafford, guys. We know really that we've got the better players, I believe. We in terms of team cohesion and the way we play, I also think that we have nothing to worry about at all. It's only ourselves that will beat us in this game. We need to try and go there with a positive mentality and take the game to them, and let them worry about us, and not the other way around. So let's just hope, guys, before the game there's no more injuries in training this week, so we can go up there and really put on a show on Sunday. And if we beat them, that will go a long way, I think, guys, to giving ourselves a really great chance of top four football this season, because I think if we win, the gap to them would then be 11 points, which is huge. And we need to keep pace with the front runners anyway. It's still very tight up there in those leading positions. So a win would be great. A draw wouldn't be the worst result in the world, if I'm being honest. But if we want to go even higher and go places this season, then we need to be going there and winning, I think. So it's a huge game. They're all big games at the moment, but this one's big, a really big game. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll put out my match preview in a few days' time. Let's keep the faith. Let's see if we can get these deals over the line in the next few days. And as always, come on, you Spurs.